So, Sora for Smash. Now, when it comes to the demand for Sora to be in Smash Bros., sure, he's not as massive in comparison to characters like Ridley, King K. Rool, or even Banjo-Kazooie, but Sora's up there. And if you guys want proof that this is the case, just do a quick Google search of Smash Ultimate Character polls, and chances are you'll see a good amount of polls that have Sora at the top 10 when it comes to the most requested. Same applies to YouTube. A lot of creators on there are making videos on how much they want to see Sora in Smash Bros. And what he could bring to the table. In fact, a good friend of mine that goes by Sean Reviews on YouTube really wants to see Sora in Smash Bros. And if you want the proof, here you go.
So, Plush Andrew wants me to make a cameo for what I think about Sora being I'm pretty sure that's because of how much of a fanboy I am of this series, but still. The main reason I want Sora to be in Smash Bros. So much is because Kingdom Hearts is probably my favorite video game franchise of all time, along with the Sonic the Hedgehog series. I love the Kingdom Hearts series, the characters, the gameplay, the story. Yes, I like the story. Is all engaging, and I look forward to the future of the series. But still, the main reason I want Sora to be in Smash Bros. So much is because how much I love his character, and I think his combat would be good for Smash. But I'm wondering how they would use his gameplay to fit into Smash Ultimate. And also, when it comes to Donald and Goofy, they just not be in the game. In fact, when it comes to his keychain, they can just remove the Mickey keychain on there. In fact, do like a 4Kids edit where you just edit out there. But still. And also for costumes, they have a buttload of costumes they could use for Sora, like his Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit, his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, his Kingdom Hearts 3, Dream Drop Distance, Valor form, Wisdom form, Master form, and even Anti form. But yeah, I would love to see Sora in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate a lot, and if Sora would be, I would have the biggest smile on my face, because other than Kingdom Hearts, other than Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts is probably the biggest franchise that Square Enix has made. So, yeah, I hope Sora is in Smash Bros. And let's make sure Sora gets into Smash Bros. So, yeah, see you guys later.
Well, with that out of the way, why don't we talk about the biggest roadblock Sora has to making it into Smash Bros. Disney. Well, might as well get this one out of the way. So, people think that Nintendo are going to have a pretty hard time trying to strike a deal with Disney to use Sora for Smash Bros. Mainly because, well, they're Disney. They're one of the biggest media companies in the world. That, and they're also pretty stingy when it comes to other companies using their IPs. But here's the thing. When it comes to the partnership between Disney and Nintendo, it's a lot bigger than what people think it is. Now, when it comes to the Disney games on the Nintendo consoles, there is at the very least one Disney game on all of the Nintendo consoles, including the handhelds, the NES, and the Game & Watch games. But, what if I told you guys that the relationship between Disney and Nintendo goes farther back than the Game & Watch games? I'm specifically referring to the year 1959. You see, in 1959, Hiroshi Yamauchi, the president of Nintendo at the time, took a trip over here to the United States and struck a deal with Walt Disney Productions to use some of their characters for their playing cards. Because remember, back then, Nintendo weren't known for making video games. Instead, they were known for making playing cards. And in 1960, those Disney-themed Nintendo cards were released. And let me tell you guys something. Those cards sold pretty dang well. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so Disney and Nintendo have a long partner relationship. But times have changed for Nintendo, and especially Disney. What will Disney think about this now? Well, I have some news for you. And this news comes from the YouTuber HMK. On May 19th, 2018, HMK put up a video giving us the answers we needed to know about Sora's chances of making it into Smash Bros. Those answers he got were from Justin Scarpone, who was the vice president and general manager of Disney Japan. To make a long story short, Disney legally owns Sora. However, before they can use him for, say, marketing or to put him in another game or something like that, they always ask for Tetsuya Nomura and Square Enix's approval before doing so. And as for the requirements of putting Sora in the Smash Bros., it pretty much boils down to 4 things. 1. Do the fans want Sora to be in Smash Bros? I think that was an easy check.
2. Would Square Enix and Nomura be okay with Sora being in Smash Brothers?
In my opinion, this is also a check, mainly because Square Enix and Nomura already put in Cloud and the 4 Dragon Quest heroes into Smash. Then they've already added in Mii costumes and spirits into the games, so yeah, they already know how much of a great idea it is for both the fans, and also for a pretty big profit.
3. It can't be a poor representation of the character.
If you know Sakurai, you already know this was an easy check. But in case you don't, Sakurai does a great job making a character look and feel like they came straight out of their games. From their designs, to the way they play, and even the minor details.
And finally, Nintendo has to send the invite.
And that's the one thing we're waiting on. And who knows when they'll make the announcement? In the E3 Direct? The next Direct? Game Awards next year? Who knows? We just have to unfortunately wait and see. Which could be a while. Okay, before we move on to the next part, I just learned that not only did Nintendo make a Disney Soon Soon themed Nintendo Switch, but they also made a Disney-themed Nintendo 3DS. Yeah, so their little partnership isn't just about cards and video games. It's also for their consoles as well. Well, with that tidbit out of the way, let's move on to the next part of this video. Square Enix! Well, we know Disney is pretty much fine with Nintendo using Sora for Smash, as long as they meet certain criterias, but what about Square Enix? Now sure, I said in the first part Square is fine with Sakurai using Sora, but here's something to think about with Square. They have other IPs they could put into Smash that isn't just Kingdom Hearts. And some of these are a bit more profitable than Kingdom Hearts is. When it comes to franchises Square Enix can use instead of Kingdom Hearts, there's 2 that come to mind. Nier Automata and Tomb Raider. I would add in The World Ends With You and Neku, but I don't really see Neku being a DLC fighter. Maybe a spirit later on, but not a fighter. With 2B, sure, Nier Automata isn't on the Switch yet. However, it might be ported onto it later on, and they'll use 2B as a promotion for the Nier Automata Switch port. And as for Lara Croft, there are a few Tomb Raider games on Nintendo consoles. I believe there's like 1 GameCube game and 2 Wii games. And after doing research, I can confirm Tomb Raider is selling more copies than Kingdom Hearts is. And that's a little sad. And I do have proof of this, which I'm showing right now on screen. I don't know how to feel about this. Although, now that I think about it, sure, Tomb Raider sells more copies than Kingdom Hearts. But when it comes to the actual demand for Lara Croft and Smash, it is definitely not as big in comparison to characters like Sora and Geno. Yeah, he had to be brought up at some point in this video. Out of all the Square Enix characters demanded to be put into Smash Brothers, Geno has by far the longest and the biggest outcry, period. It's even bigger and longer than Sora's is. And part of the reason is because Sakurai wanted to put Geno in Brawl initially, but Square Enix said no! How do I know this exactly? Well, from 2 things. 1, a Famitsu column that came out after the reveal of the Geno Mii costume for 4, and 2, there was an unused remix of Beware of the Forest Mushrooms hidden in Brawl. I mean, at least they were able to get Geno's Mii costume in 4 and a Spirit of Geno in Ultimate. I mean, it's better than nothing at least. So what I'm trying to get at here is that if Square Enix and Tetsuri Nomura say no to having Sora in Smash, they have other characters they can use instead. Those characters specifically, Geno and Lara Croft. And maybe 2B. So with everything I've just said up to this point of the video, do I think Sora has a chance of making it into Smash Ultimate as a DLC fighter? Yes. Not only is Sora a highly demanded character to be put into Smash Bros., and not only has he been put on the Nintendo consoles before, but he would make a lot of consumers and fans happy that he is in Smash after all these years. That, and he would also bring in a big profit. And at the end of the day, when it comes to these DLC fighters, it's all about making a profit. Not to mention, he would be a really fun character to play as in Smash. And if you haven't seen the way he plays, here's a few examples. So yeah, I think Sora will be a DLC fighter in Smash Ultimate. It's just a matter of time before Nintendo makes the inevitable announcement. And hey, who knows? They might make the announcement in this upcoming E3 Direct. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you all in the next video. Have a nice one, everybody.